Hey y'all, I'm Tess Holliday, and welcome to my slumber party. Each week, I'm going to introduce you to folks who are making the world a better place. So put on your pajamas, grab a snack, and let's change the world from our bedroom. Hey y'all, welcome to my slumber party, and thanks for being here. And remember to follow, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, and like and subscribe on YouTube. I'm so happy to have y'all hanging out with me today, and I would like to introduce you guys to my guest, co-founder of A Very Good Job, and literally one of my style icons, Crystal Anderson.
Hi, sweetness.
Hi.
So happy to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. Listen, if anyone brought the pajama slumber party vibes on this whole season of my podcast.
Is vintage Dior for you or nothing?
Honestly, I just felt that in my entire body. My whole body tingled.
Oh, when I was picking out my outfit, I was like, vintage Dior. Come on. It's Tess.
And I wore we're skipping to the what we're wearing part, but I just got this like little sweater from ASOS, but when I saw it, it just made me think of you.
It's very cute. I have one similarly, but Keish washed it. It was a cashmere and it is exactly this big now.
So it would be cute on like a doll.
You know what? I might bring it for Bowie at some point. It is his size.
You should.
I'm still not over it. And she
can hear us now, so she's.
I'm airing my grievances.
Crystal's partner, Keish, is a guest in the studio today, who also founded A Very Good Job with you, and their love. Literally, I was telling Crystal at the beginning, if I didn't know that I was queer before finding Crystal and Keish online and seeing their love, and then seeing it in person. It's black,
she's the sweetest.
Black queer love. It literally, my heart. I just want to.
It's a revolution.
It is. It is. Get with it, everybody.
Get with it,
or don't. We don't care.
We gonna still be loving. It'll be fine.
We're still gonna do it. So in today's episode, we are going to talk about why it is important to hire Black creatives, pay Black creatives, and respect them, and how fashion can literally change the world or change your world, and why we need to be nice fucking individuals. Crystal is here because I was scrolling through Instagram and I want to say that somebody else had shared a photo of
I was wondering how you started following me.
It was
how the love story began.
Somebody posted a street style photo, and it was when you were still in New York, and I remember seeing you and thinking, first of all, I mean, I grew up like punk alternative. Like I have, everyone's always like, you're so edgy because whatever. But I had never seen anyone like blend style the way that you did, but also in a non-pretentious way.
That is truly the best compliment. Fashion can be so pretentious, and I try to like make sure that it's not even accessible, but that other people feel the space to be able to like do whatever they want to do. That's why I dress the way I do.
Well, listen, when you walked in the room, you were everything that this is our first time meeting, and you were everything that I knew you would be.
Don't you love when that happens?
I do.
Because it can be weird sometimes. Like, I fully expected us to just like get on, but I've met certain people, I'm like, womp, womp, womp. And I'm just like replaying in my head 40 times. Like, did I do something wrong?
Yeah, well,
but this ain't that.
I do hate it. And I was nervous meeting you because I knew that we would instantly get along, but I don't know, when you respect and admire people so much, and as much as I respect and admire you and Keish, it's like y'all are a unit, and your sister. I love the whole damn family.
She's going to lose her mind.
Hey, Kelly. Sister. Hi, Kelly. It just you kind of want it to go good.
Yeah.
But I knew it would, but I guess I just wanted to like do justice for you,
That means the world to me. I knew this was going to be perfect.
Well,
even while I was standing outside at the 7-Eleven in Alhambra, California.
So what happened? So tell me. So Crystal just moved, a few months ago during the pandemic. You moved from New York to LA, and you got an Uber to the studio today, and what happened?
Yeah, so I got an Uber to the studio. I put in the address to the studio, and I call Keish. I'm like, oh my God, it's so close. It's like right past Pasadena. It's great. Because I know like 3 places, Glendale, Pasadena, and like West Hollywood. Like, this is great. So then the Uber driver pulls up to this like shady apartment building. He's like, thank you so much. And I was like, for what? Because we haven't made it There's supposed to be a Chipotle nearby. That's all. Harley said there'd be a Chipotle, and there's no Chipotle. So then he's like not screaming, but he's like talking extra loud. I'm like, sir, I don't know what to do. So then he just drops me off. I'm like, just drop me off somewhere. And the first place that there is to drop off is a 7-Eleven. So I'm standing outside in this, in a 7-Eleven. I'm burning up. And then also, so I washed all my masks, right? And I only had like a couple, so I just pulled the first one out. And my dad had sent me a Joe Biden mask with a photo.
Yeah.
With a big ass picture of Joe Biden and an American flag. So I'm standing outside in front of a 7-Eleven with that bag, this outfit, the Joe Biden mask. Keisha's like, are you okay? I'm like chain smoking cigarette, just waiting for the Uber. But I got here.
You made it.
I made it.
You made it. And if I'm allowed to say again, why we're already, I think the whole podcast episode is just going to be us talking about why you guys are all missing out by not being gay. When Crystal got to the studio, who was waiting for you?
Oh my God. So I'm in the Uber. I actually text Keisha, said I'm calming down. I'm going to get out of the Uber in a second. And I pull up to the podcast studio and she's sitting there looking cute as a button.
To surprise Crystal.
She just came just to
check on you.
Give me a kiss and then she was going to go back home.
And then I said, nope, she needs to bring that cute butt upstairs and eat some snacks. So
she's just...
I love it.
Just when you think it gets like as best as it could be, she just like tops it.
Goals, actually. Yeah. And that's part of why, honestly, I know sometimes it can be frustrating when you're in a relationship and people say that. And, when I was with my ex, people would say it to me all the time and I would get frustrated because I'm like, y'all have no idea. Yep. You have no idea. My relationship is not perfect. And I know relationships aren't perfect, but now that I've kind of been through all the shit I did and you see it on the other side, I not only know what I deserve, and I kind of hate saying that, but I'm not willing to like settle for anything less than a quiche showing up after my stressful ride just to check on me.
It's like, the biggest blessing.
To let somebody love me like that has been kind of a little adventure that I'm on.
You'll get there. I mean, I was in a long-term relationship prior to Quiche, and it was a fine relationship. But I kept saying like, there's got to be something else, or is this just what it is? Yeah. And this is what happens. And then we were supposed to have a Hoa's Life summer, me and my best friend, and I hoed for 2.5 days, and then I met Quiche. We went to Miami. We went to Sweet Heat. Do you know what Sweet Heat is?
Yes.
We went to Sweet Heat. We were at the all-white parties. I didn't hoe at all. I just dance real provocative. And then I met Quiche 2 days later.
I love that.
That was it. That was it.
They always say it's not when you're looking.
Yeah. I was ready to hoe it up and do all the shit. And then I just hopped in her DMs.
I love that.
Respectfully.
Listen, respectfully. I hope to do that disrespectfully soon.
Yes. I would be cheering from the sidelines.
I will keep you updated.
Yes, please.
So dating has been fun for me and also kind of a shit show. And I recently, and there's a chance that this person might be listening, but I don't care.
Hey, boo.
Hi. So there was this cute person that I liked. Whatever, it was a girl. It's a cute girl that I liked. And we met through a mutual friend. We were flirting like crazy, but she initiated it. So, we followed each other on Insta. We sent a cute message, and then she started sending me video messages, which you already know that's a gay ass conversation.
My God. That's how Quiche started it. She called it. She called it Tony Macaroni TV.
But that's how her partner Keisha is laughing with the head on the table right now. That is so
gay.
It's so gay.
It is.
So tell me, so listen, we're going on a journey, y'all. So she starts sending me these messages, and I'm talking about 60, 70 videos a day.
My God. And very gay. Okay.
Very gay.
Okay.
And I match energy. So for what you're giving me, I'm giving you. And because I'm such a loving person that I have a tendency to I'll give my all, because if I really like someone and I care about them. And then I would realize, hey, I'm not getting this back. So now, if someone's showing me a lot of love, I'm going to do the same. Yeah. So we're sending these messages back and forth. She had like come into my home because one of her good friends is one of my good friends. And so she was like playing with my little one and like the first time we met and it was cute. So then we're sending all these messages back and forth while she's in town in LA because she doesn't live in LA. And on last Friday, she is like, I'm going to go away to the desert for a couple days. I'm not going to be on my phone as much, but I'll be thinking of you. And I need to tell you that during this like week-long, like flirty video messages back and forth.
Right.
She was like, oh my God, I'm like sneaking away to see you. I'm giving you context. Like, oh, I'm like in the bathroom. I can't believe how giggly I am, whatever. And it was cute. And like,
it's always cute when that happens.
So cute.
Yeah.
So then she goes to the desert. I don't hear from her. She's posting on stories, but I'm not I'm not a jealous person. I'm not whatever. But I was kind of like, I'm also not stupid.
Amen.
You know?
Hello.
So I was like, she's not feeling it anymore. So then she goes to the desert. I don't hear from her. 24 hours goes by and I messaged her and I was like, you know, hey, I hope, because they were supposed to go back. They were supposed to do a cross country. She was supposed to do a cross country road trip like 2 days after the desert. So I was like, hey, I hope you and so have a cute trip back. It was really nice meeting you. It was fun. Like, you know, crushing on you for like a week. And like, I didn't like leave
Tess
it, but
hit with the good night, God bless.
Exactly.
I hope you have a great life. Tess hit her with the 5 p.m. good night.
I did. Proud of you. Thank you. So she sends me like a couple of video messages. She was like, oh, I'm really sorry. My phone died. I didn't have a phone for almost 24 hours. But then I find out that wasn't true because my friend is really good friends with her. And like, you know, and then she sends me like a few more videos and then that was it. Just like gone. The thing is, the advice I need
go on.
is that she is really good friends with one of my best friends.
Okay.
And this is somebody I'm going to have to see again. But like, I know the vibe's not there. Part of me wants to message her and be like, low key, I kind of feel like it was disrespectful. I don't want any resentment. When we see we're good, but that's insecure energy. But also I'm going to be harboring. I'm mad about it.
Yeah. And you're allowed to be mad. You're allowed to be mad. So this is the thing. If she had started the cute flirty with, hey, I'm in town for 10 days. I just want to hang and like be cute and flirty and do all of this. And maybe I'll like hang with you. Maybe we'll sleep together. Maybe we'll just like have a little moment. Then you have the option to say, cool, I'm down. Or that's not really what I want.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That like without that context though, you as the receiving party of that, of her starting the flirty text or what have you.
Yes.
You're just assuming that this is a thing that could blossom into something else.
Thank you.
Like, no, that's my assumption.
100%.
That's how I would take it.
Well, and because she was like, I know it sucks I'm in New York, but I'm back here June whatever for my friend's thing. And I'm like, there were talks of future stuff. So and like, listen, I don't get all crazy, but queer love is very intense.
It is.
And that's why I love it. But I just kind of felt away because I'm like, damn y'all, I'm a supermodel. Why am I sad about this tiny little graphic designer?
Come on now.
You know what I mean?
Yes. But when you send me 60 videos a day and you're a cutie on duty and I'm like in it, what you want me to do?
A cutie on duty.
No. So this is the thing. Because you are best friends with their friend or what have you. I also, I'm a little crazy with things like this. Like I just put it on the table. So I would have no problem being like, listen, I really didn't like the way that went down. It's totally fine. I just feel like I need to say this so that when I do see you, it's fine.
You guys, I have this message. I'm pulling, for those of you not watching on YouTube, I am vigorously typing into my phone right now. I literally wrote it out. How you pieced out was disrespectful, and I don't want to be weird when I see you. It was shitty, but I want to say it out loud so I don't hold resentment towards you. I just want to move forward as friends and squash it.
Great. That's nicer than I would even be, but that's great. That's like—
You would be meaner? Let me hear
with
it.
things like this, like it just— I don't like having my options taken away. So if you tell me what it is, then I have a choice. Now, if I get into it and I catch feelings and that's not what I agreed upon, that's on me. I need to have that conversation with myself. Be like, hey, what you did was kind of shitty.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? But like, if she, especially if she's saying like, I'll be back in June and like all this, or the minute you're not feeling it anymore, just say that.
Thank you. I'm too nice though. This is a
good message.
Thank you.
It is. It's not too nice. I feel like you stated your piece. You said what it was so that when you do inevitably see them again in June, you could just be like, whatever. But don't let them come back.
Oh, I'm not going to, because the thing is that I've learned the hard way is that when someone wants you, they show you.
That's
and they
true.
really show you.
That's
and you
true.
don't have to wonder. You don't have to guess. There's no am I going to hear? No, you hear from them. They show up.
Yep.
But the thing is, I know who I am, and I'm not going to be less hot when they show up in June. You know what I mean?
Energy.
And
energy.
I'm just going to be cute and let them wallow in it and do my thing, because I'm not, if someone treats me like that and we're not even dating, you're already setting the precedence for how they're going to treat you in a potential partnership.
Yeah. No, you're making the right decision, and I think you send that. And then I want to follow up to what they say.
Girl.
Like, has the best friend said, I don't want to talk about it with either of you. I'm just going to stay out?
Best friend doesn't know.
That's a good friend.
Because I don't want to put it on them and make them feel bad, because they've been friends with this person for about 2 years longer than we've been friends.
Okay.
And they're going to be living together.
We left that part out.
I mean, listen, it's at the end of the day, I just really wanted to have sex with her. And then I caught kind of feelings. I'm sorry, Dad. My dad listens to every podcast episode.
I mean, 60, 70 videos. It could literally be, the troll under the bridge from that children's book. And I'd be like, well, I'm really cute. I mean, it's not all about looks to me. 60, 70 videos in, and they're being cutesy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for validating me.
Always.
So for our snacks for today, because we'd already talked about our outfits, you guys.
Yes.
We covered that. When I asked, my producer, but whatever, asked what snacks she wanted, the producer, Harley, texted me and said, oh my God, Crystal's so sweet. Love her. She would like either Miller High Life or Diet Pepsi and cheese doodles and Almond Joys. And I text Crystal and said, so you're perfect, huh?
Did you try? I'm a cheap date, let me tell you.
So what is it about Almond Joys? Because that is everybody's least favorite candy bar.
I know. I feel like it's a real like deep cut black auntie candy. It's that and turtles, chocolate turtles.
Girl, I would ruin my life for a turtle.
But Almond Joys they're just, nobody likes them. Nobody likes them.
I actually was like, who hurt you?
You know what? I think my mom might have, I don't know where, because I've eaten them since I was a little girl. Imagine like little Crystal being like, hello, can I have an Almond Joy? Like there's like Twizzlers. And I'm like, no, thank you. I'll have the adult candy.
An Almond Joy, please.
With a monocle. An Almond Joy for the lady.
So that's what our snacks are. I couldn't find Miller High Life. I took Bowie to 2 stores yesterday.
And Bowie couldn't find it?
I know.
I'll take that up with him at his birthday party.
You can. So we're drinking Diet Pepsi. We have cheese doodles and Almond Joys.
A perfect combination.
I'm obsessed.
Yes.
What was I going to? Oh, all right. Now that was such a smooth segue into our game. So, Crystal, we're going to play 2 truths and a lie.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's hear your 2 truths and a lie.
Okay. I fell from a 6-story window, didn't break any bones. I rode around with me and my mom in a limo with Muhammad Ali one night, and I'm missing the little piece of skin under your lip, like your top lip.
I really, really, really want 1 or 3 to be a lie. Okay. I'm gonna... Fuck, I feel like number 2 is a lie. That's my gut is telling me, but I'm gonna ignore my gut. I think number 1 is a lie.
Number 1 is a lie.
Okay. Wow. Look at us already connected.
Already connected.
Best friends. I told y'all. Tried to warn you. Watch out, world.
It's over.
I need to hear this Muhammad Ali story. If you want to tell
Oh
it.
yeah, it's
Okay.
absurd. He came to a beachwear shop because I'm from South Carolina, so I'm from Myrtle Beach, which is like the redneck Riviera. So it's beachwear shops, just any of them. So I think this one was called Wings. I don't know why Muhammad Ali was at Wings because I was probably like 9, but my mom was like, "Girl, we gonna go to Wings and see Muhammad," and I was like, "Okay, fine." We get there, and he was such a sweet, sweet man, and I would like took a picture with him, and then when he was leaving, he was like, "You want to take a ride?"
No.
And so we just got in there and just like rode a little ride and then left. He was so sweet. Such a weird, I don't have much recollection of it because it all happened so quick. And I was just like, when you're 8, you're like, okay, he's just an old man. Like
You didn't know.
I knew who he was, I suppose, but like wasn't like.
Okay, so what was your mom doing?
I don't remember. She was probably somewhere with a disposable camera taking 50 fucking pictures.
So basically, Quiche is your mom.
Yes. Yes. She
Ready
is
with that camera.
always
to get the
such a
moment.
stress. I had to ask my mom where that picture is because there's a picture of me like, I think I have these big burgundy glasses on because I've been wearing glasses since I was in kindergarten.
I love it.
And I'm just standing next to him.
So really, you were just it's not your fault. You're great. It's just.
It's Muhammad Ali's fault.
It really
God
is.
rest the dead. It's his fault. He set me up for wanting to be in limos for the rest of my life.
You're like, it's not my fault. No. Well, we are going to switch gears for a little bit and actually, I mean, I'm not going to try to be serious because this is what it is, but I want to kind of share why I wanted you to be my guest and why I love you so much.
Just please, let's talk about it.
Any guest that I have on my podcast, the only rule is that other than being extremely good looking, which everybody has, F your beauty standards, but also everybody's been good looking.
Thanks. I'll take it.
You seriously though, you have to be doing something to make the world a better place. And I mean, just by existing, you're doing that, but also the work that you're doing has been so incredibly important. And I just think like just sharing you and what you're giving back with what you and Quiche are doing, I think is really remarkable. So
thank you.
So I want you, I'm skipping gear. I want you to tell me about A Very Good Job, which is an event production and content house. And I know you guys are focused on amplifying entertainment entities across film, television, music, fashion, and you and Quiche have created this wonderful thing. So I want to know kind of where it came about because your content was already so beautiful and fun and so uniquely you that this just made, like when I saw that you guys were doing it, I'm like, of course you are. It makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you. That was so sweet. That's the best introduction. We're going to have to use that, Quiche. Put it on tape.
Keisha's over there typing vigorously and tuning us out.
She can't hear what she starts typing.
She already knows this is her future.
Uh-huh.
She can't hear when she
Very
starts.
good, sweet. It started, so during the pandemic, like I think, so last year, like March, before like full on pandemic, we came on, our dear friend Lena brought us on to do
Lena Waith. Just casual. By the way, everybody.
Hi, Lena Leeds. So she brought us on to do an event for Hillman Grad, which is her production company. She had like a slate of projects coming out. And so we did like this big HBCU, historically Black college university party. And we were like, yeah, fuck yeah, we're going to do this. This is going to be what we're going to do long term. A week later, quarantine happened. So it was like the last hurrah before quarantine. And then we came back home and we're like, we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll pivot. I don't know. And then to think about it, we both had 9 to 5 jobs. I worked in fashion, Quiche worked in music. And then maybe 2 weeks after that, Quiche got fired from her job. And Big Daddy, Crystal, was like, don't even worry about it, girl. I got us. Don't even worry about it. It ain't nothing to a player. And then I got fired. A smooth, like, a week and a half later. So we sat around for a while, did what everybody else was doing in quarantine, just like, what we gonna do besides eat and watch TV? And then Quiche had the foresight to be like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I've always wanted to do. I think we can work together to build something really special. And that's how A Very Good Job came to be. Obviously, we've been really blessed to have contacts from both like our outside world and our personal life. But the work is just so special. And I think, we never set out to do work in like entertainment or on specifically amplifying Black voices, even though it's so like much a part of who we are just as people. But that's sort of what happened. We've worked on really great shows. Our first project was with The Chi, which again, Lena wrote and created last year. And then, we did some things for 40-Year-Old Version, which is another amazing film, Black director, Rhoda Blank. And we've just sort of found our niche in the sort of Black television world. And we've got some really cool projects coming out soon. And also just like everything that we do is so centered around amplifying Black voices, both in the work that we're sort of marketing, but also in the vendors that we hire. And, like we're really good friends with this team, Black Market Vintage, and they just do such beautiful work. And when we can bring them in, we do. And everyone from like, people like that to our coordinator, we want them to be, Black, and queer is always like an extra bonus. Sometimes you can't ask. So you just be like, you like dick? No, thank you.
Sometimes you just know, though. You know, it's the vibe. I'm awful. I just want everyone to be gay, so I just assume that.
Keish thinks everyone is gay until proven straight.
I agree.
That's where it's at.
Absolutely agree.
Yeah, so that's what it's been. It's just been really exciting, and it hasn't been without struggles. Like last year, we thought we were going to murder each other at some point, just because we've never worked together. We have such different work styles. I'm used to working in tactile, like IRL spaces. Keisha's like a marketing genius and just knows everything. So she'd say something and I'd be like, bitch, I don't know what that means. Like, I don't know. But we've just sort of found our sweet spot in how we work together, which enough people don't talk about. Like even they say, couple goals. I'm like, I don't know. Yesterday about 3:00. I don't even know if it was a couple yesterday at 3. We damn sure wasn't goals. That I know.
But first of all, I want to say that it's shitty that both of you lost your job, but like look at the universe.
Oh yeah.
Like
it was absolutely.
It was y'all were like, forced in the literal worst time that probably like ever to try and figure it out.
Oh, 1,000%.
You were saying not a lot of people talk about how hard it is to work with your partner. A lot of people can't do it.
No, they can't. I know a lot of our friends were like, "Oh, girl, not for me." But it's all a testament to Keisha's vision. I always say that. Like, yes, I'm a smart bitch. I know how to like work and work hard, but I did not have this vision, and I 1,000% wouldn't be doing this in the way that we're doing it had it not been for Keish sharing her vision with me and me finding a way to thrive in that space. It's just, she's just the smartest person I know.
I love y'all. This whole episode, we're going to have to just title it like Crystal and Keish that you never see on In Love. How important has it been for you to, like you were saying, like through your creative process from start to finish, include Black creatives? And also, do you find that it's easier kind of for you to do that now that the world is finally being a little bit more sensitive towards how important it is to see that kind of representation?
That's a great question. I mean, for us, the finish line never moves, even if white voices have decided like, oh, okay, like Black people aren't bad. It's like, first of all, like y'all got work to do. You know what I mean? Like, yes. So the finish line never moves for us. And so we don't change who we are to fit what's happening in the world. Like if there's a project happening and we don't feel good about it, we're not going to take it, because that is just in our brand identity that we work with Black creatives. Of course, we have white folks who are really great, and if we need to bring them in for certain things, we do. That's, you know what I mean? But our goal is, so often we're overlooked, and so often we are the arbiters of culture. You know what I mean? It's important that we make space for people, especially as we start to, sort of blossom into a company that people are looking towards. We always want to reach back. It's just vitally important to what we do,
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you said that white folks have work to do, because Lord, we do. We do.
My dad is white. He's like always like, "You're doing great, sweetie. I love you. I love you." I'm like, "I know, Dad.
That's
I know."
me. I'll just be your cheerleader from over here. Also doing the work, but you're doing great,
he's the one who bought me the Biden. He's like, "Biden for Black folks and gays. Love you." Thanks, Dad.
I love that. You were saying that oftentimes, all the time, folks of color, Black folks in particular, are the folks that are, creating the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not surprising to me, but it was really shitty to see kind of everything happening in June. And I mean, obviously necessary. I don't mean that.
Yeah, of course.
But all of a sudden there was a large majority of people that were like confused and surprised that they couldn't borrow from a culture and from folks that they didn't represent. I mean, that they didn't respect, that they didn't give a shit about. And, to be able to see you guys take back what should have never been taken and turn that into a business and, have people respect you guys as they should have must be frustrating, but also like, yeah, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. I mean, Keisha and I are like, we take turns sort of being the like tough guy and having, tough conversations. And, we have no problem. Like if something just feels off or shitty or like appropriative, if that's a word, like I have no problem being like, boo, you can't have the rhythm and not take the blues. That's not how it works. No, that's not how it works. Like, Black folks have been through some shit, and in all of that, we still find so much joy. Like I see this meme that goes around every now and again. It's like being Black is dangerous, but it's kind of lit though. That's like what it is. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't imagine my life any other way. And as a person who does myself within my community have a ton of privilege of being biracial and having I'm not wealthy, y'all. Don't get it twisted, but having wealth privilege, you know what I mean? Like to be able to do have a business and like all of those sorts of things, come from a 2-parent home. Like I recognize my privilege and all of that. And because of those things, it's even more important to reach back to my people. Like it just feels like a responsibility and one that I don't take lightly.
Absolutely. And you came from a background of fashion where, I feel like I'm sure you were respected, but being able to create your own lane.
Respected.
Oh, listen, I was gonna,
You ask for it and you demand it, but yeah.
I mean, yes. Yeah. But I don't know, but I know as friends and from, but I just feel like if anyone doesn't believe in the universe or God or whatever, like being able to see the two of you create something that is really necessary and that a lot of folks were sleeping on in a time where white folks were finally, it's so hard to talk. It's hard to talk about that. Not for me. I will talk about it because I'm going to have to for the rest. It's just, I'm white. It's what we got to do. But
no, you can feel free. This is open. This is a safe space.
But just to be able to see my friends flourish in a time where, and I've seen a ton of my friends of color, especially my Black friends, flourish so much more in the past year. And it has been so wonderful, but also so frustrating. And I am just glad that you guys were to be able to create something so great out of such a really shitty time.
Yeah, it feels like a renaissance, like, being in Brooklyn during the worst of the pandemic. But we saw so many of our friends just like, it's like through all of that awful, awful shit that happened, a lot of us, and we just sort of erased what we were sort of indoctrinated to believe. And like one of my friends, Kia, is an amazing chef. Like she won Chopped. She's just a genius. But all the restaurants were closed during the pandemic, so she started selling shrimp plates out of her window. Best shrimp you ever had in your entire life, honey, ever. And it just felt like the 60s, like back in the day when like people would have rent parties or people would sell plates. And it was just because for her cooking is art and she didn't have her art.
Yeah.
And another part of that is like her love language of feeding people, you know what I mean? And I just was like, this is it. Like this feels right. You know what I mean? So it just was really tough, but all people really are learning new ways to exist in the world. It's like, okay, so you could make space for people who are differently abled and like, change the way that work from home and all this. You just chose not to. But when you had to, okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure we got it.
That
you know
part.
what I mean? So it's like just seeing the way that there's no more, like those same tired ass excuses that we all had in place are just not acceptable anymore. And that's just like a really beautiful byproduct of a shitty situation.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Look at you saying things the most eloquently, looking the most gorgeous, being the most
That's because there's no
smartest.
Miller High Life here. That's why.
I
This
know.
would be a very different conversation.
Honestly,
if there's some Miller High Life
I knew
here.
I was going to need some Miller High Life to like take
Probably
the edge
better.
off.
After that car ride, probably did need it.
So, obviously being a Black creative yourself and businesswoman, do you have any advice for fellow Black creatives that, where they're, I hate to say it, but usually probably in very white spaces, having white folks try to water down what they're trying to do. And again, that's why I'm so grateful for social media, especially TikTok, being able to see like so many Black creatives like do amazing things and be able to express themselves how they want. Do you have any advice for folks that, maybe want to pursue something in a more creative route, but are feeling like they can't, or there's not space for them, or not knowing how to navigate it,
Yeah. For me, like I spent a majority of my career up until I got fired working for very white institutions where they centered white folks, mainly in like fashion. But I always tried to find something to do with my time outside of that. And I didn't do enough of it. And so I got caught in that trap of, working 9 to 5. When you get home, you're tired. So you don't do anything of your creative outlet. So it's finding a network of people who are also like-minded, who are creating things because, I think Issa Rae talked about this. You're not going to, yes, networking is great. I'm terrible at networking because I'm just the most awkward person on the planet. So I feel like I'll walk up to somebody and just grab their balls by accident. Be like, oh, sorry, I'm just trying to handshake. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm just terrible at it. So you always, network with people that are here with you instead of trying to always climb the ladder, because those same people are going to be the creative directors, going to be the photographers, going to be the people that are helming these fashion houses and these creative agencies. It may take some time, but you're going to be able to call on your homie who was sort of in the trenches with you to be like, yo, I need this, I need that. So that's really important for me, is developing a network of folks. And then also, asking the right questions and knowing when to shut up sometimes. I feel like an old auntie saying this, but a lot of times, people want to be a creative director, but they haven't directed anything yet. That's a very new sort of thing with some younger folks. It's you have to learn the work before you start charging people. You know what I mean? I've taken so many free jobs or jobs that didn't pay a ton so that I could get the experience. I worked at IMG at the modeling agency, 1,000 years ago. I took that job. I was a receptionist. You know what I mean? But I knew that I wanted to be in fashion in some way. And that was really sort of my first foray into it. But I was stand in the front desk welcome to IMG Models, how can I help you? You know what I mean? And it was a shitty job, but that's what you have to do. So I think having the space to be able to labor in that way, if it's something that you're really passionate about, is also really important. And then also just, DM me. I'm gonna, people
I love that.
Yeah. I'm not, I don't know if I'm a mentor or if I'm a mentor yet. I don't feel like I have enough solid footing in that, but I'm always down to have a quick convo. But with that being said, when you go into somebody's DMs or their emails, have a short, quippy thing ready. Whatever the thing is. Hey, I would love to know about so-and-so and so-and-so. That way I can say, okay, this is a consulting thing. Or, hey, yeah, of course, I can give you some feedback. You know what I mean? It's just be prepared. I know that's old auntie answer, but it's the truth.
No, well, it sounds like somebody that has firm boundaries and also respect for your own time, and why waste time if you don't have to?
Yeah, because I do want to help people, but I can only help so many people unless people are just asking for what they need. And then I can just give you a solid no because I don't have the capacity, or I can point you in the direction of somebody who might know, you know?
I love what you said a little bit ago. You said that you collectively, Keish, as well, don't take on this is Keish's podcast
It is.
now. You know what I mean? Crystal, and you said you don't take anything on that doesn't feel aligned with you. And again, on my long, very list of reasons why I love you, I have never taken a job or opportunity that didn't feel good.
Yes.
And I didn't grow up with anything. I had nothing. White privilege has gotten me far. Let's not, it is what it is. But
that face ain't bad though.
It's not
the
bad.
cutie on duty. Let me tell you.
Thank God the face and the heart are they're working for me.
They really are.
Thank you.
They really are. You're just a joy.
You are.
Even more of a joy, just like being here. It just feels so good. I was nervous too. Ask Keish. I was just like, I don't know. This is too much.
Well, I've been blowing Crystal up since she moved to LA because I'm like, I know we're in a pandemic, but I just also like really want to hang out. I'll bring a joint. I'll throw it out the window and smoke.
You have been the sweetest. Meanwhile, I'm like sweaty and in like a dark apartment because we haven't gotten our shit together. It's together now.
It's together. It's coming. But I wish more people talked about how hard it is to maintain integrity in the creative industry, and also how important it is to not take jobs that don't really feel aligned for you. Because guess what? If it doesn't feel aligned for you, that's probably because it's not for you.
Because it's not for you.
And there's somebody else that it's more. Yeah, that it's for. So how do you guys decide what you're going to take on? What feels good for you?
I mean, I think we just use like a gut check. Like we don't even, you know what I mean, have some like long drawn out thing. It's just really a gut check. And we've been blessed enough to not have so many, like I think people at this point sort of know intrinsically who we are and what we work on. So it's very rare that we get something that's a little bit weird, but we also have no problem being like, hey, this project could be cool, but this part of it isn't gonna work.
Yeah.
Or we'd like to see this come to fruition in a different way. And we've been blessed to have really great partners who listen and understand that. But it's just like neither of us can sleep good at night knowing we did some bullshit. We can't. And Keisha's like, my soup cooler. Like she'll be like, the way you acted earlier was kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, so we like go back and forth with each other. And so, there's just nothing that we don't do that isn't led with integrity, because we want to leave something to our kids. You know what I mean? And we don't want to leave some bullshit to our kids.
Yeah.
Or something that doesn't have a firm ground, or, and our kids, I mean, our children, but also these young Black folks who we've never met yet, who may one day come work for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We want to leave something of integrity and specialness to them. It's important. Crystal love the kids. That's what it boils down to.
I love you so much. Honestly, if I wouldn't have gotten choked by my own headphone thing, I would have just kissed you on the nose right now for that. Because
what
that
a dream.
Was the sweetest thing that I've ever heard.
It's true. It's so true. Like we just feel like it's the debt we owe to the world, to our community, to, put out, like there's enough space in the world for things that don't feel aligned for us that, it will get made. But for us and the work that we want to do, it's just really important that we work with people that we respect and that respect us and that understand our vision and we understand their vision. And that's why we have such great partners, because they know what they're getting from us is actual factual and not just like yes men. Because that's just, especially Keish.
Yeah.
Keish may be a lot of things, but she ain't a yes man.
She can't hear you over her typing.
Over her loud ass typing. Yeah.
Again, I always say that you can't surround yourself with yes people, because you're literally never going to blossom to your full potential.
Nope.
And you're going to harm a lot of people along the way as well. So
True.
It's healthy friendships and healthy relationships are the ones that say you were acting whack earlier.
Yeah.
Or what are you doing? Or they like check you. You know what I mean? And like there's ways to do it that are loving and respectful, but
sometimes it's a quick, like I never forget, I was at a party and there's this person who came up and they're like, oh, I follow you on Instagram. And they got kind of like LA on me, and it was just like what they do. And I'm like, I know you think you think you know who I am, but I'm just a cheese doodle, Almond Joy eating bitch from the South. So you don't have to do that. But I sat there listening, and then right after she left, I went, ugh. And Keish pulled me to the side and she was like, don't ever do that again. If you want to remove yourself from a situation, you can politely leave that situation, but don't ever make a shitty face like that in a room full of people, because it makes you feel like you're self-important. And that of all the flowers and the meet me outside my front door and like all the things, that was the moment I think I really fell in love with her, because she put a mirror up to me in a way that wasn't just all romance and butterflies. It was like, you need to work on this. And I was just like, I don't like it, but it's true. I'm mad, but you're right, you know?
This is a bad time to mention this, but what you just did is I describe myself as a bratty bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And
same.
You know, I
like it.
What you just did was I literally, that mirror that she held up to you, I just reflected back to me. And I mean, yeah, I'm a bratty bottom, but it's fun in that dynamic. But I have had moments like that where
I think we all have.
Yeah. And I would love, if somebody did that to me, I would marry them on the spot.
Oh, yeah. I think I proposed to her like a couple days later. No, it was really important. You need that from friends and partners and family. And
you do.
To just be like, okay, that's enough.
Well, speaking of love, I had to mention it. You guys did the most iconic, beautiful engagement cards that have ever been made. Fuck your engagement cards, because I'm going to pop it up on YouTube for those watching, and you're going to see. So you guys mirror them after your friend Lena's movie, Queen and Slim.
We did.
And how did that come about? Because they're precious. Everything.
We went to see the film. I saw the film with my mom. I think Keish went on a boys trip to Colombia. Not South Carolina, Colombia, Spain, or maybe Spain. I don't know, somewhere I was big mad about it. But she went, and then I saw the film, and there was a line in there that said, oh God, I can't remember it now. I have to read it because it's just—
Google it. We've got time.
Yes, it is. The film itself was gorgeous and perfect.
Beautiful.
But this line in the film is just— I got to find it, because I could just go to my Instagram and look it up. Hello, Crystal. Get it together. It wasn't that long ago. But it was essentially saying, as long as my partner loves me, nothing else matters. But I want to read it.
No, read it. We've got time.
Yeah, because it was just really, like, that's what I took away from that film. A lot of people were like, oh my God, there was violence. Oh my gosh, it's, I'm so sick of seeing Black trauma. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm not trying to take anybody's experience from them, and this before, like, Lena and I were, like, super good friends. We knew each other, but I just saw that film as a love story. I just saw two people who needed each other in ways that they didn't know they needed each other. And that's what I took away from it, even all of the sort of, madness of what the film was about. So that's really where it came from. And Keish wanted to do it in a tire shop, and I was like, say no more. Tire shop, let's do it. Oh, here we go. Oh, no, that is not it. And so, yeah, it just felt fun and special, as sort of like, a nod to the film and to our friend. And that film is just so special. All right, okay, we're getting close.
Listen, I'm chilling. When you guys have postponed you obviously, because of COVID, right?
Yeah.
You had to push the date back. Y'all's wedding is going to be the dopest party that has ever happened.
That's all I care about. All I care about is a good party.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, marrying my partner and being able to have that moment in front of my family and friends. But there's just such joy in celebrating love. I love weddings. Gay weddings, straight weddings, whatever you got, like theme weddings. I cry every time, whether I know the people get married or not. I just love a wedding because it's so special.
If I get invited to any weddings this next year and they're in LA, I'm going to invite you as my date.
God, please.
Because
I'm such a good wedding date, I promise.
Are you? First of all, we would be the cutest and the best dressed.
So cute. Can we wear tuxedos?
I will do whatever you need me to do.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay, I have it.
Okay.
I ain't going to bend the world as long as my lady remembers me fondly. That's all I need.
I love that. Wow.
It's true. It's like I don't know. I might not change the world, but at the end of it, I just want her to remember me and all the ways that she fell in love with me and all the ways that she chose to love me and vice versa. Because she's just the most special person I know.
Well, you're pretty fucking special.
She's lucky too. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, she knows. Your style is so iconic, and that's obviously what caught my eye when I saw you. The way that you it's funny when people tell me I have good style because I think I do okay, but
you have good style. Come on now.
But as somebody that grew up fat and didn't have access to fashion, it took a lot longer than I would have wanted to be able to express myself in the way I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at you and I see the way that you are able to mix fabrics and textures and prints and eras, and it's so exciting. And so I want to know, who are some of your fashion inspirations, or not even who, what, where do you draw your inspiration from?
God, I love because I'm a layer queen, so it's 15 different layers, and so a lot of when I post things on Instagram, it's when you have to go to church at 8, but then catch the basketball game at 2:30, and then go hoeing at 4. You know what I mean? So it's for me, it's an amalgamation of all these things. Sometimes I call myself Uncle Zaddy, which is my andro personality, where I'm in a dress, but then also Jordans, but then also a fitted hat.
Yeah.
And so, it really is just sort of a mix. And there's it's you said, Instagram is so great for being able to see a variety of different style in different bodies, which is really important for me. I love the way you do this very beautiful, when you do your pinup, it's just so good. It's just so good. And I try to find ways to incorporate those small things from the people that inspire me. You know what I mean? And so obviously you're one of those people. It's true. It's true. It's true.
I just throw my cue cards down. She just said I inspired her.
It's true. I mean, listen, I hate people for me, they're say stupid shit oh my God, you're so brave for wearing a dress. To someone who doesn't fit these shitty ass beauty standards. I'm looking at style. I'm looking at the way you put these things together. And yes, for any woman or any person to be able to live in their truth, and it's always a revolution. You know what I mean? You see a non-binary person and they're wearing a dress, but they have a mustache. That shit is ill. I look at that
Absolutely.
And I'm Yes. And that's what I love about social, is that you can you know what I mean? My little archive board is just full of all different kinds of people, not because I'm trying to pander to anybody, but because it's being able to see all the beauty in the world, even though you might not be, I'm not in New York right now.
Yeah.
So I can't people watch. It's different. And you can't people watch like you do in LA. So Instagram is my people watch.
Absolutely. Because you're not going to get the level. And that's part of why I love London. London is probably my favorite city in the world. When the borders open, let's go, because literally being in London is very similar to being in New York.
Mm-hmm.
You are so every few seconds, you're just hit with damn. It's just, there's so much, even if it's not your thing in LA.
Mm-hmm.
No, listen, LA's, I consider home. It's the first place that I've ever felt at home. I've been here for 12 years. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
You can, depending on the area you're in, and it's usually on the west side or even the east side, what I consider the OG LA, East LA, all that.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see more style and flavor than you are in other parts, but it's just not, it's not the same.
It's not the same. And you just geographically, it's not the same, because you can sit at on a bus stop in New York and you're just gonna see fly bitch, just some weird ass shit. You'd be in LA, you're in a car, so you could be I like your top. It's really as you're driving by, cool necklace, but you don't get the same feeling. You know what I mean? That's what I miss. But yeah.
You just reminded me, I was in Venice a couple months ago, and I was in my Jeep, and there was this cute girl walking across. She was at the crosswalk while I was at the stoplight walking across, and she was plus size, and she had the cutest outfit on, and she put you could tell when you see a plus size baddie, they've put a lot of work into that outfit.
Yep.
And I rolled down my window and I yelled, and she was at the bus stop with her friend, and I shouldn't say she, but they.
Mhm.
And I rolled down the window and I was like, I love your outfit. You're so cute. And she yells, thank you. And then she goes, oh my God. Oh my God.
I was
You
gonna
just
ask.
hovered." And the light turned green and the
Oh,
car behind me honked. And I was like, yes, but you look great. And she goes, thank you. And then I look in my mirror and she's like, she was like having a moment. And I thought, like, look at the universe, like
I love that.
having me yell at this girl. And like, she made my day. I made her day. And so where I'm going with this is because you said it, tell people when they look cute.
Tell people, oh my God, like it doesn't have to be some long drawn out, like,
Yeah.
oh my God, hey, like just be like, I see you.
Yes.
Yes. Like, and Black women are good for that. Like all of my friends will be like, okay, necklace. Yes, anklet. Come on, bra. Yes, robe. Come on, hair. Come on, eyelashes. It's just like that quick. And like I see that, like even sometimes like when I'm out, it'll be some person I don't know. And they'll be like, okay, jacket. And I'm like, thank you so much. Like it's just that quick.
Yeah.
People deserve, like life is hard enough. Like you need to be able to big up somebody who's walking next to you.
Yeah.
Especially if they look good. Like getting dressed, especially after being locked up for a year, it's not easy. I just cleaned my closet yesterday and I'm like, I just don't know I have 47 pairs of sweatpants. What am I going to do with them? Like, am I just going to, is that just who I am now?
How do you think I feel being a Fabletics ambassador?
Oh my God.
Like I love Fabletics. I love
course.
it. I wear it. But like when you get it every single month,
And it's
a
extra
lot of
comfy.
it, and it's comfy. I have Fabletics.
And your cakes be caking in them Fabletics. I told you that maybe like a month ago. I was like, okay.
Listen, if you know anybody cute and queer and single that, appreciates all this cake, if I trust anybody to set me up,
it's me. Oh, I'm really good at it.
You. And I also, you have to go to YouTube immediately. If you're not, the way that your face just lit up.
It's my favorite thing. It's my favorite thing.
I think her pupils are dialed. Like they're big.
In another life, if I could be Patty from Millionaire Matchmaker,
yes.
even though she's terrible,
terrible.
But just her job, I just love it so much.
I mean, maybe we can manifest that.
Yeah, don't worry. I got you. I will start thinking. It's going to be all I think about now. I'll be like an advocate. It's like, okay, so that that could be interesting.
And the thing is, I'm into everything, but I prefer more mask energy.
Okay.
Because I'm like...
You're a bratty bottom.
But yes, but I'm not... Yeah, I need somebody that's going to be able to like give it back, but in a healthy way.
Same.
You know what I mean?
I'm the same. Yeah.
It feels weird to ask this question now, but I want to. I've got 2 more questions for you before. So I want to know if you could raid anybody's closet.
Ooh.
Living or dead, who would it be?
Let me think. Who would it be? Yeah, like Iris Apfel.
Yes.
I mean, just for the accessories alone, I will gladly. She's high up there. And there's this Black woman, I'm blanking on her last name. She's, her first name is Michelle. She's French. I'm gonna send it to you because you're gonna like.
Will I lose my mind?
It is. She just like she's as kooky as I am in the way that I dress, but she's got coin. So she's giving Comme des Garçons. She's giving like, you know what I mean? It's not like
I want to say I know who you are on Instagram. What's her? Do you remember?
I don't. It's.
I don't remember either.
It's like, I know her first name is Michelle, I think, but my friend Amanda Murray, who also has the best style, London Girl in NYC. Whew,
okay.
Her style is next level. She put me onto her and was like, this woman is everything. Is her, maybe I'm thinking of, Michelle Ali. First name is Michelle, last name is Ely. Let me show you these pictures because she just my God. And she's like, a little bit older, not like, a Gen Zer, which I love that she has like this like crazy kooky style.
I also love that because of Instagram and just the way that society has progressed, obviously giving more space for Black creatives, but pushing the boundary that like just because you're a certain age,
Yes.
you're like, because people are always like, oh, well, you're getting older. That doesn't mean shit
That
because
literally means nothing.
Iris is what, almost 100.
Yes. And she stays giving it up. Like best outfit, all the oh my God,
all
here
the
she
time. I feel like for me, mine off the top of my head, it's the answer I give often, but it would be my two answers would be Dolly Parton.
Oh, well.
Or Janelle Monáe.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
I like how Janelle, I love Janelle's style, and I like that she just has fun. And Dolly, I mean.
Also, can we just say that Dolly is the true hero of the pandemic? Just unproblematic, sweet, lovely. Did you see her documentary on Netflix?
Of course I did. Yeah.
I was like, I love her so much. I always did, but my goodness.
But that's what I love about her. And again, part of why I have her tattooed on me, but there's so many people that look at others and just judge them. Yeah. And I know like Dolly has talked about it a lot, but to like be so bold at her age when nobody was talking about it, really saying like, yeah, my tits are fake and this is my real hair. But like, guess what? I'm talented. I got a good ass heart.
I can write a song in 12 seconds and make it go number one. Fuck you.
That part is just, that's what I aspire to be. Like, if I can move through this world and look as slutty as possible, covered in jewelry.
And big hair.
And treating people with kindness.
You won.
Thank you.
You won.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it doesn't matter what people think of you because guess what? There are so many people that hated Dolly, but they respect her.
They have you, and that is isn't that what you want in life? Is to have somebody be like, I fucking can't stand her, but that's a nice bitch.
I know.
I want to not like her, but the bitch is just so sweet, and she's a good ass person. This is some internal work I need to do.
Try to hate me.
Yeah, I want you to be so upset that's like you have to go sit in one therapy session and be like, I don't know why. Because she's such a good person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about her. Like, and like, she's always talking about like gay rights and like her gay fans. And like, she's just, you're on the road.
Absolutely. And she talks about how much she loves God and Christianity. So for those listening, listen, if Dolly can love Jesus and the gays.
You can too.
You can too.
And you should.
You should.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Is there anything that you're excited about? I know you said you have some projects coming out.
Yeah.
You just moved you guys got a spot.
A cute little house and we're on the east side, which is really nice.
I'm going to be over there all the time.
You are. It's ready. I have the grill out in the backyard. We are ready to go. But no, it's like we have a bunch of stuff coming. Like June and July are really fucking crazy for us for work. And then we're going to be in Brooklyn for a while. But this really cool project that I'm working on with one of my old bosses, which is just
I can't wait.
Yeah, so there's like a ton of stuff going on. And then, just healing from surgery and trying to sit my ass down a little bit, which is what I need to do.
I didn't even mention that, but you had emergency surgery.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it wasn't an emergency. It was like you had to, it was like fibroids, something that like a lot of women in general deal with, but Black women especially. I think it's like 70% of all cases are Black women. I had 20. Are you squeamish? I'll show you some pictures. He's 20.
No. Wow.
My doctor sent me a picture and then I've been sending it to everybody. I do the consent first. I'm like, are you squeamish?
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Do you want to see my uterus?
I mean, I feel immensely honored to even be in the friend group that gets to see the fibroids.
Yes. Oh,
thank you.
With pleasure. But yeah, it's like, we were family planning and figuring all of that out. Yeah. So it's like, that's also on the horizon. It's all happening.
Well, I can't wait to be an aunt. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh my God. I can't wait for this baby to just me drop him off at Aunt Tess's house and then come back with like a side part, like big bouffant. That's a dream.
You saw how many gifts I showed up with. I mean, it was snacks and a necklace, but like, can you imagine?
That's what I want. That's it.
A miniature version of y'all? Oh, I'll lose my mind.
Can't wait.
So before we go, I want to ask you, Crystal, how did you show yourself love today?
Oh my God. I love that question. I showed myself love. So Keish wanted to go to my favorite thrift shop. We were going to donate some stuff, but obviously can't just donate without going in.
You can't.
And she said, do you want me to wait for you to come home before I go? And I said, yeah, but you don't have to. And then right when I said that, I said, no, but I'd like for you to wait.
Oh.
And she was like, yes, for you, tell me what you wanted. And that was how I showed myself love. It was just like really saying what I wanted instead of doing what most women do, which is say what you want, but then also give some sort of like non sequitur, like, but you don't have to. Only if you don't have enough time. I'm sorry. I love that question.
That's how I don't know if you remember, I stared that on my Instagram stories like over the pandemic, and now I end every podcast episode.
How'd you show yourself love today?
Oh, nobody's asked me that my whole season.
Really?
No. How did I show myself love today? You know what it was? I have been feeling kind of down. Like social media has been really tough for me the last 2 weeks, talking about my AD and like just dealing with people invalidating my lived experiences, which I know you know all too well what that's like. And I've had my natural hair just like up, like messy for the past few days. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to call my friend Lucas, who does my hair, and get him to do my hair before I saw you, because I wanted to feel great, because I just felt so grateful. Like, we're coming out of a pandemic. People are like very picky more than ever about what they choose to do. So like the fact that I got to share space with you, and plus I wanted to look cute for our photos.
Yes.
So,
and most importantly.
So I got my hair done so that I would feel good today.
I love that for you. I love that for us, because I get to look at it, and it's really good.
We're thriving here.
We are. But thank you so much for having me on. I know it's been like rough these last couple of weeks for you, but it's just, you know, we like send each other little text messages or DMs, and it's just really special to be developing such a lovely friendship with someone who I really do respect so much. You're just the bee's knees. You really are.
I'm going to kiss that nose right when I'm going to ask Keish if I can. Then
She's down.
Go, boop. So where can everybody find you on social media?
At beerbottles_chainsaws.
The best IG name ever.
I can't change it now.
No.
It just is what it is.
Yes.
And then at a very good job for all things work related.
And what's Keish's Instagram? Because we've talked about.
As many pictures I post of her, you'll find her. It's at Keish.work.
Yes. We got to Keish. We gotta plug our hype man over there.
This is her love language is talking about work, so she's like super down for that. But when it comes to her personal, she's just like, don't talk to me.
Thank you so much. I adore you. And
I adore you.
I can't wait to eat some Cheetos with you after this wraps.
I've been looking at those Cheetos for the longest.
Thank you to everyone at your home, at your own slumber party, for tuning in. And remember, if you were listening to this episode, you can also check us out on YouTube. And if you were watching this episode, you can listen to us anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Don't forget to follow, rate, and review on Apple Podcasts, and like and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks, y'all.